Today, let's explore the intriguing world of reconstructing ancient monuments. We're standing in the heart of ancient Rome, surrounded by the remnants of history in the Forum of Trajan, near the iconic Column of Trajan. Here, a recent project has unfolded, giving rise to a fascinating process known as anastylosis. Anastylosis derived from ancient Greek means to re-erect columns. Literally, stylos means column. It involves a meticulous reconstruction of fragments present in the site of archeological excavation, integrating the missing pieces using modern different materials, resulting in the re-erection of columns. The Basilica Ulpia, with its two orders of reconstructed columns, is a prime example of this technique, where the missing sections are sometimes filled with bricks, creating a tangible distinction between the ancient and the modern. Examining closely, we encounter materials that tell stories of their own. Egyptian granite stands tall next to cipollino marble from Greece, known for its distinctive striated greens like a cutted onion. Cipollino in Italian means small onion. The missing sections, artfully restored with bricks, reveal a careful distinction between original past and present reconstruction. This play of materials fuels intriguing hypotheses. The distinction between granite and cipollino marble led experts to propose that the basilica's second-story columns might be made of the latter. Remarkably, recent projects have dared to place reconstructed cipollino columns on top of the granite columns partly re-erected in the 30 of past century. Venturing beyond Trajan's Forum, we encounter successful Anastylosis projects across Rome from the recent past. The Forum of Caesar boasts columns reconstructed in 20th century, while the reconstructed columns of the Temple of Venus Genetrix stand as a testament to ancient magnificence. Beside the theatre of Marcellus, dating back to Augustus, showcases columns belonging to the Temple of Apollo Sosianos, part of an archeological park extensively created as results of great demolitions in the 30 of past century. These columns weren't found in this corner. They've been amalgamated together using the duller, darker concrete in the lower sections and the original blocks of Carrara marble at the top. We can also turn to the Temple of Venus in Rome, in front of Colosseum, where on the exterior we can walk along and see these re-erected columns of the outer colonnade of the Temple of Venus. A more recent 21st century endeavor unfolds in the Forum Pacis, where 7 columns of pink granite stand tall next to the Roman Forum, thus reconstructing a fragment of the great porticoes garden square of the Forum that more than all other imperial forums was almost completely erased, even in memory. Now, let's step into the grandeur of the Basilica Ulpia, into the Forum of Trajan. This was the greatest imperial forum space ever constructed with a piazza, the Temple of Divine Trajan, the Column of Trajan, and of course, the real standout feature was the Basilica Ulpia, the greatest basilica in 2nd century AD Rome, named after Trajan's family, the Ulpi. It was inaugurated in 112 AD, and it served as a huge courthouse. It was magnificent, 600 Roman feet by 200 Roman feet, that's 176 meters by 59 meters, and it was beautifully presented in many restoration studies over the centuries. This truly was a standout basilica and a model for all over the empire. Outside, it appeared as a 40 meters high building which completely hid the view of the Trajan's column from the square of the Forum. It overlooked the square of the Forum with a wide colonnade on the ground floor. Inside the building was divided into 5 huge naves, 4 side aisles, 6 meters wide, and a nave about 25 meters wide, separated by rows of monolithic columns made of Egyptian gray granite at the first floor and cipollino marble columns at the second one. 2 large hemicycles opened up to the short sides. The presence of a second floor allowed to follow the trials held in the tribunals at the ground floor. During the Middle Ages, the basilica partly collapsed, and partly it was demolished in order to reuse building material, yet place houses and religious buildings were built. They were destroyed on the initiative of the French governorate, 1812, 1813, in order to bring to light the ancient ruins. After the return of the papal government, the arrangement of the area was finished in 1820 by the will of Pope Pius VII. Anastylosis continues to captivate, a dialogue between ancient and modern. Finally, a significant restoration that gives everyone, not just scholars and experts, an accurate and concrete idea of the historical space of Roman period, since the medieval and Baroque quarter was erased first by the intervention of the early 19th century, mentioned above, and then by the peak of the fascist regime. The Anastylosis intervention allows us to have a more precise understanding of Roman monumental architecture. These fragments we see on the ground were and are components of something called architecture, organisms of a complex city, an organism characterized by a continuous process of transformation, made up of subtraction and addition, lived for more than 2,000 years. Whenever possible, reconstruction should be sought because it contains the opportunity to consider these fragments of still living architectures and urban spaces. One must hope that soon it will be possible to be freely in these squares, and walk in them like an ancient Roman, all as a large archeological area, no longer hypothetical, but concrete and available to the city.
A meeting with the future, without a banal, inappropriate, predictable, and invasively protagonistic mediation of contemporary arrangements. Because contemporary architectural culture is incapable of understanding places as a space of a continuous process of transformation and stratification, and thus of being part of this flow of transformations. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment the video, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future uploads.